Hello, I'm Charlie Probert with the Kavanaugh Group at Keller Williams. I've been a realtor for over 20 years, and for about half of that time, I've been serving clients in the greater Santa Fe, New Mexico market. I stand ready to educate you and to serve you in any way that I can to meet your real estate needs. Santa Fe, New Mexico is a unique and beautiful place to live in the land of enchantment. Santa Fe is known as the city different. Today our topic is, why is the city different? Different. First, let's talk about the architecture. The architecture is primarily Indian Pueblo style. It has a stucco exterior, it is flat roofed, and has many vigas or beams, both interior and exterior to the building. The color of the stucco is primarily shades of brown, which blend with the surrounding architecture and the hills and valleys around Santa Fe to make it beautiful and unique. In the 1920s, the city fathers said all buildings in the downtown area were to be in this Pueblo Indian style. In addition, it was stated that there would be no building taller than the cathedral, which is just a couple of blocks off the central plaza. So even though this capital city, which is a thriving hub of arts and culture, there are no high-rises or skyscrapers. Kind of interesting for a capital city. It is also home to the oldest church in the United States, San Miguel Mission, again on a street not too far off of the plaza, and it was built in 1610. It is still available for tour, so when you come to town, certainly something to take in. Secondly, on one side of the plaza is the Palace of the Governors. It too is an older building. It was the seat of the original government, and it was built in 1612. Likewise, this building can also be toured as now part of the New Mexico History Museum. Santa Fe sits at 7,000 feet above sea level. It is the highest and oldest capital city in the United States. It is also the second oldest city in the United States. Do you happen to know what the oldest city in the United States is? It's on the other side of the country and also has Hispanic background. The culture of Santa Fe is a blend of Native American, Hispanic, and Anglo. It is a wonderful, diverse city with lots of diversity among its peoples and what they have to offer to each other and to people that come to visit. Santa Fe sits at the terminus of the Camino Real, or the Royal Road, which was the original route from Mexico City north through southern New Mexico, up through Albuquerque, and on to Santa Fe. Major trade route and major travel route for people coming from Mexico to settle in New Mexico. Santa Fe is also the terminus of the Santa Fe Trail, which linked the Midwest of the United States, specifically Missouri, with a major travel and trade route beginning in 1822. Santa Fe is home to three major art markets. Santa Fe is home to three major art markets on an annual basis. They are held either downtown or nearby. The first one that comes around is in early July each year, and it is the International Folk Art Market. It brings artists from around the world that bring their wares and art pieces so that people can tour and purchase them for their art collections. It is staffed heavily by volunteers who make it a special time in early July. Second among the art markets is the traditional Spanish market, which is held in late July, and this is centered on the plaza and the streets nearby. Here, regional artists of Hispanic background ply their wares, and people will enjoy them for purchasing for their homes. Finally is the Indian market, which is in early August and provides indigenous Native American art from around the country and around the world. And again, provides wonderful artifacts and art for your art collection. Next, Santa Fe is home to the internationally renowned Santa Fe Opera. It is at a location which is about 7 miles outside of town, and it is truly beautiful and breathtaking place to enjoy opera. The opera performs from early July through the end of August and brings international opera stars and musicians to entertain you. The opera is performed on a rotating basis, repertory style, so to speak, and there's usually 4 to 6 operas performed each year. Next, Santa Fe is home to a number of wonderful museums: the New Mexico Museum of Art, the New Mexico History Museum, the George O'Keeffe Museum, the International Folk Art Museum, and several others which will entice you to visit and learn more about various cultures around the Santa Fe area. Santa Fe also has an incredible amount of art available for those who are interested. Whether it be downtown or along Canyon Road, just off of downtown, there are numerous galleries in which you can purchase absolutely wonderful pieces. The Santa Fe is the third largest art market in the country, only behind Los Angeles and New York. Not bad for a city of only 81,000 residents. So putting all these things together, why wouldn't you want to come visit Santa Fe, or better yet, live here? It's wonderful, relaxing, and can provide spiritual and physical growth, as well as Santa Fe is known as, try that once more. Santa Fe means city of faith, and many people come here for the physical and spiritual healing that it offers. So come on out and check it out. Thanks so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel so that as we release new videos on a weekly basis, you can educate yourself more about Greater Santa Fe. I also encourage you to click on the link to get a copy of my free relocation guide so that you'll have that information handy.